Alright. Hello Shadow Wolf, thanks for stopping by. Final MCC predictions of the year. I'm really excited for this one, because this one the teams look to be very close. Hello Epic, glad you could make this stream. I'm gonna start with seeing how my predictions for MCC Mashup did. This was a pretty easy to predict one, because there was a very, very clear-cut top 3. And I mean, I didn't get the order right, but I still obviously got the fact that they were top 3 right. And I don't think I did too poorly regarding the other teams as well. Maybe I was a bit higher on purple than I should have been. Hopefully we can do this well in Snowdown, but I really doubt it, because the teams are a lot more balanced this time. Messing with my conditional formatting and possibly other formatting as well. Okay, there we go. Team-wise, my predictions were pretty good. Game-wise, or overall, my predictions were good. Nothing off by more than 3, that's nice. Game-wise, I didn't really do particularly well in anything. MU. It's funny, my first glance predictions were better than my final predictions there. Now on to Snowdown. Getting the groupings for this event were fairly predictable. Yeah, for Mashup, definitely. This is a lot different though. I think blue is the best, but not by a large margin. And then orange is the worst, and this might be by a large margin. Otherwise, pink is also kind of weak on paper, but I think they'll do better than orange. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I figured this would be a busy week for most people just because of like the time in school. It's normally you have to do either end of year projects or exams. So what else do we have here? Yeah, pink and orange just like don't really have any top players, so that always brings them down for me. And then blue's the best, I think. Aqua, lime, and yellow I think are the other teams that are. Oh, and cyan. I do think cyan is good. On paper, it doesn't look that good, I don't think, but I think I'd do something like this. But I think with games, this might be a really good game roster for cyan. Pink has 1 or 2 games they excel in. Yeah, Railroad Rush I think might go well for pink. Might just be team games. I don't know for certain though. There's this. Pink's a weird looking team. It's hard to gauge. Who does that leave? Yeah, that leaves red. I feel like red could be better than 6th, but I just put them down here just because they don't have an S tier. And that leaves green and purple. Which is there. I'm not sure how well Curryway will do. I know a lot of people are predicting him to place top 10 individual. I'm not really sure. It's going to be tough since he has to lead the team, and it's a very team split event. Based on how Green talked about Railroad Rush after Twitch Rivals is going to be his game. Yeah, I'm confident because I know Pyro mentioned on stream that Green was talking to him about Railroad Rush, so yeah, that could just be the Green game. I don't know how he talked about Railroad Rush post Twitch Rivals. I didn't watch Green's perspective. Alright, onto Ace Race. The return of Yeti Set Go. I'm not the biggest fan of Yeti Set Go. I just think it's a very short and simple map, so I think like the meta has been fully developed already. So personally, I'd rather have seen something like Clouds 2 or Python's Palace, where I think there's still developments to be made. But it hasn't been played in 2 years, so why not? The question is, who wins this? I could see Yellow doing quite well, because Phils has done decent in Ace Race recently, and Pete is beat. Who else has a top 9 player? Aqua, ooh, Blue. Yeah, Blue's gotta be high up as well, because it's with both Ant and 5 up. They could potentially even get first. Otherwise, Lime, potentially? I don't know if I'd put Lime in 3rd, though. This is where the pack gets a lot closer. I think I'd put Orange in last. This is gonna happen a lot, but Orange just does not look like they'd be good at Ace Race. In theory, Martin's good, but I don't think he's done well in Ace Race in a while now, and I know Ish is mechanically quite good, but Ace Race is a struggle for newcomers. I feel like Curry might get top 9 in Ace Race. It's possible for sure. I think he got 9th exactly in on Python's Palace the first time it was played. Rival San Diego? Yeah, he got 9th. I think the comp is higher in this event though, and this is also a returning map, and Curry, I'm not sure he's going to VOD review Ace Race, because he's got a subathon and I assume he's just going to be speedrunning the entire time. So I kind of doubt that Curry will be getting top 9. But I don't think Green will do poorly as a whole, because Gumi and Cam are really, really good bottom frags to have for Ace Race, so they could end up in the middle. Okay, as for who else to put low, I think I might put Purple low, because Shadun's really the only good Ace Race player on that team. Everyone else is probably getting bottom 20. I want to put Red high. I feel like I then do Aqua and Red, Aqua. I guess I should put Green up here anyway, just because if Curry does place top 9, then they do super well. Why must Harvey be inconsistent? Is Harvey even inconsistent in Ace Race? I feel like he's a pretty consistent like 20 to 30 guy. And we got 19th. This is Pride though. Yeah, this is fairly consistent, honestly. I don't think there's rough stream delay. I'm just not checking chat like that often, so I'm probably reading messages like 30 seconds after you send them. Oh, for you, yeah. Who's that leave? That leaves pink. Ooh. I don't know, Green's been on the MCC grind. He might VOD review for this and actually end up doing quite well. Who else do I have to place though? Pink, Cyan, and Lion? I don't know if I'd put... No, Pink should be good at Ace Race overall. I'll put Pink up here. Feels weird putting Lime this low, but that really makes the most sense, I think. Yeah, Green and Pyro, that's the thing, right? Because on paper, Pink is just as bad as Orange. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look that great. I think that Pyro and Green, the dynamic between the two, should hopefully uplift them. Kind of like Blue last event, I guess, with Ghosty. You just gotta have someone on your team who really wants to win, and who's gonna put in that effort, try to lead in some games. Oh, I should highlight which games are in. This is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yes. There we go. Alright, Battle Box is on a new map, I believe. This does... The image... It's really hard to tell from the images, but that did not look like Santa's sleigh. Parkour Tag, also a really tough image, but I did identify that that is Prefecture. And SG is City Living. Okay, Battle Box is always a tough game to predict. I feel like Red could do quite well. I'm not really sure how good Pangy is at PvP. I feel like it's a mistake to assume that Lifesteal equals good at PvP the same way people would assume Hermitcraft equals good at Build Mart. But even so, Hannah, Pangy, and Lagundo as a trio is probably still quite good. Well, you know what Green could do well? So who's not gonna do well? That's the question. Might be Orange again, Purple and Pink. Even though this feels balanced, I might end up putting the same teams near the bottom every time. Yeah, so at the top I want Red. I think Green could do quite well. Cyan is tough to judge because Apahuna's only played one event in a long time. She did do quite well though, and she had a good SG. That's Pride 25. How did she do in Battle Box? Also pretty good. But otherwise I think Cyan could be somewhat weak in Battle Box. Yeah, I think I'll put Cyan and Lime around here. I know, JoJo sometimes is really good at Battle Box, but sometimes her teams struggle. Who do I want at the top? I really like the look of Red and Green. I feel like it's dumb to bet against Blue with 2 top 5 players, I'd expect. I think I'm gonna end up having Antfrost first in my Preds and 5 up, potentially as high as 3rd. Blue just looks like a really strong team, and 5 up's been on a tear recently. Like, his stats, he's up there with the S tiers. I go to player leaderboards. 5 up currently has a weighted average of over 2,700, higher than Shadoon, higher than Jojo, higher than Hannah. It's just like barely 100 below Pete. Even without trying, Antfrost and 5 up are just so good though. So I don't want to bet against them. Okay, I've got Aqua and Yellow. Let's predict Yellow up high, why not? It's just the degree of good, yeah. And, I mean, that's what I hope, I guess, because on paper, Blue is the strongest team, in my opinion. But the thing is, not really many other teams are practicing as well. Red, I've seen do practice. Pangy is streaming right now, and Hannah did some bot reviewing with her full team yesterday. Otherwise, has anybody practiced at all? I guess, like, there's gonna be solo players on islands a bit, but I feel like this is a fairly low practice MCC. Alright, grid runners. Who here is good at grid runners? Purple, the purple led team will probably do well. I think Cyan will do well. Lime potentially. And blue. I'll choose those as my top 4. Possibly green as well. I think I'll put green in 5th. But who's the best? I think Lime. Grid Runners is one of those games where I feel like the people with the models, with the more advanced stats, are the ones who know exactly like which Grid Runners player is the best, but I have to kind of go off of vibe still, how good I think each player is. Otherwise, I think Cyan overall should be good. Just the trio of Apakuna, Owen, and Scott, they are very good players, each of them. And even Avid. He plays Minecraft regularly, so... Yellow bottom 3? Yeah, it's Grid Runners. Really nowhere else to put Pete. And this is not a particularly good Grid Runners team overall, I don't think. Let's go with Blue, Aqua. Yeah, who's at the bottom? Orange... I feel like orange is just at the bottom every time. Reds could be low, yellow. Although none of these teams strike me as really good Grid Runners teams, I'll put pink in 6th. I guess purple and red. When you have enough skill, there's kind of a baseline of how poorly you can do. Usually, like, the teams at DNF are both weak mechanics-wise and specifically at Grid Runners. Alright, I'm gonna have to catch Hannah's stream then after I'm done myself. I love watching practice streams. It's one of my favorite things about the week leading up to MCC. And that just leaves yellow and orange. Sorry, orange, you're last again. It's not gonna go this bad, obviously, but it just feels like the safest place to predict orange every game is last. Meltdown. Alright, I'm not predicting orange last year, I'm predicting pink last, because pink looks awful at Meltdown. Green and Pyro both really had only bad Meltdowns, I think. And they're the two leaders, so... Would Aqua not be high for both team games? They should be good for, yeah, Grid Runners and Railroad Rush. We'll see how good they are at Railroad Rush. I reached out to Purple's, like, to talk to him about it, but... I don't know, I don't think he's that invested this time around. I sent him a Google Doc, I don't know if he's read it or not. He didn't respond though. Meltdown first, should be blue. Blue just with both Ant and 5-Up, and then even Steve and Janet who play shooter games, like... They'd better get first. Otherwise, Aqua I've high hopes for, even though on paper this is a pretty weak Meltdown team outside of Purpled. I just trust Purpled a lot in terms of his leadership. Who else does good? Lime could do well. Oh, Green. I like the look of Green in Meltdown. Like, leadership-wise, it's suspicious, but just in terms of player skill overall, these are all good Meltdown players, all 4 of them. Oh, and then there's Cyan as well. I have to put, I'll put Cyan above Lime. You know what, I might even put Green above Aqua. No, I'll put Aqua. Yeah, theoretically they should be good. It's hard to tell in theory versus in reality. Because there were some theoretically good Meltdown teams in like Twitch Rivals, for instance, that I don't think did that well. Because obviously Lime and Yellow were shocking going up that high. But I guess the teams lower did make sense. It was still Orange and Purple, the 2 favorites, 3rd and 4th. Sleepy Tub Away Foolish? Yeah, they got 6th. So yeah, who knows? I'm not gonna put Green any higher, but they still look quite good. And then the lower ones, I should put Red in 6th, just because they look better than Purple. But Purple 7th. And then it's Yellow and Orange. I feel like Orange could do decent in this game. Is Phil even good at Meltdown? That's a good question. I thought he was good because he and CPK had that really good Ender Cup. Like, the 2 of them were placed 1st and 2nd. But then, like, Phil was on a team with Hannah and Tubbo and Blank Canvas. I thought that team would do well, and then they got last. So I really don't know how to evaluate Philza in Meltdown. I'd have to review his VODs to see exactly how good he is. Maybe I'll do that when I do my VOD review stream, because I just love VOD review and Meltdown, so why not? Alright, Parkour Tag. I'm excited to see Parkour Tag back, although there is a very high chance of it getting skipped. And also, some people really don't like Prefecture. I don't really have strong opinions on any Parkour Tag map, aside from like the really old ones. Some of those look bad to play. I thought Prefecture was fine. Yeah, it's the newest map, the one from Blank Canvas. Well, it's hard to choose like what I want to be skipped, because these are all really nice games. Normally I'd want either Hole in the Wall, Parkour Warrior, or Tugtalk skipped, but those are all benched, so that's nice. I'd say maybe Rocket Spleef Rush I wouldn't mind seeing skipped. Even Grid Runners, although that's been skipped twice this season, so maybe it should be played. Even Ace Race, honestly, I wouldn't mind a skip. Which sounds wild to say, because I do really love Ace Race. Battlebox skip? Maybe, but I think it's a new map. Anyway, who's good at parkour tag? I think Cyan's good at parkour tag. They have 3 good players, so it's tough to compete with that. Red is another team I could see being good, as well as Blue. I think Blue with their 2 good hunters is very nice. And I'll put Red in 3rd. Oh, you know what? Green. This is another one where Green could be good. Green is gonna end up like surprisingly high in some of these, like for me, because I think Green looks weak overall, but they are mechanically quite strong. Oh, even Ginger. I should put Ginger high. I don't know exactly how good everyone is at parkour tag, but in theory, with Martin, Ollie, and Ish, they should be quite good. Or at least decent. Oh yeah, this MCC is shaping up to be a good one. I really like it. Now we just gotta hope for a meltdown finale, just like MCC 35. That was a great way to end the season. Feels weird putting yellow this low, I think. Although I don't know, I guess Scar and I'm not sure how good Shelby is either, but Pete should be good at parkour tag. I don't really know how good Phil is. I wonder what Reefy Stats says. It's not... Reefy Stats might not be terrible for parkour tag. Okay, it is terrible. Yeah, Scar should not be the top frag. Oh right, Amy's good at parkour tag. I forgot about that. That's partially due to... Where's AMC pulling stats from? Because if this is pulling from Pride 24, that's not a good thing. Oh, she did well in Pride 25 as well. And in Party. Could put pink up high, which would leave purple, lime, and aqua. Okay, I'll put lime at the bottom. I'll put aqua. Oh yeah, aqua's gonna do poorly as well, because Sparkles is really bad at parkour tag. Which means this is gonna have to be a purpled mega carry if aqua wants to do well in parkour tag. Pete and Phil got 9th in 31 parkour tag? Oh, that's not good. Might put yellow lower then. Go purple, pink. Even pink doesn't look that great at parkour tag, but I guess with 4 decent players, could give hunters difficulty. It's hard to tell from scores, but from scores, Phil is the bottom frag. That's not great. And yeah, you'd kind of expect Cyan to be good at parkour tag, because... Nah, maybe not. I was thinking about, like, this would be a good parkour warrior team, but actually I know how Philza does at parkour warrior, and that's not good. But they did get 2nd at parkour warrior when it was played, so... And Philza even did well. That's interesting. Railroad Rush, this is where Cyan is really shining in these later games. I think Cyan is going to be really good here, because I know both Owen and Apakuna have read Abolish Regret's Railroad Rush strategy, and both of them have been very successful with it, so I do not see a world in which Cyan drops from top 3, and I think they're an easy first place prediction. Otherwise, Blue should also be really good with both Ant and 5-Up as track layers. His bottom frags don't really matter. Becky is like the parkour tech demon? Oh right, she did do really well in MCC 29, I remember that. I've mostly forgotten about players' parkour tag stats. It really just does not get played often. I do remember Scott's good at it though. So for Railroad Rush, it's only Cyan and Blue that have 2 track layers normally, so it's hard to tell. Green is gonna have to rely entirely on Curryway, because Tubbo really does not do much. I can see Lime doing decent maybe. Yellow, Pete's really good at it. I don't think Phil's is... I don't think Phil's is a good track layer, but he does have that experience. So I think I'll put Yellow somewhat high, Red could go somewhat high as well. Pink and Aqua. I think I'll go Yellow, Red here. I'll put Aqua in 3rd. I have hope that Purpled will read the Google Doc and nothing will go wrong. And yeah, Pink 4th. They could go higher. I should watch... Or I guess I should check if Pyro's even played it. Where's Pyrocythe? Okay, Pyro has never played Railroad Rush. Low speeds. Purple isn't bad at all, but it's just a Harvey team, yeah. Well, if you consider it not a Harvey team, but a Shadoon and Kara team, it's decent, I guess. But I don't know if decent will cut it. Because I want to put Lime above them as well, with both Jojo and Sneak. And who does that leave? That leaves Orange and Green. That sounds about right. Okay, I like these Railroad Rush predictions. I'm fairly confident in all of this. I think Railroad Rush is one of the games I'm better at predicting. Although, I don't know if my results say that. It's decent. It's only Build Mart, Grid Runners I've done well at. So, how have I gotten a 1.7 in SG? There's no way anyone should be able to predict SG that accurately. But yeah, I do think I'm good at gauging teams' Railroad Rush skills at this point. Anyway, now Rocket Spleef Rush, and this is where you can defer to Reefy stats quite easily. I'll use a bit of my own judgment, but like for example here, Lagundo's probably not getting 500 because that was in Rising. Same with Apakuna, also Rising score, 765. But I do think Red is just a good team anyway. Also, this is just a stacked Rocket Spleef Rush roster in general. Look at all these teams that are well above 1,000. Okay, this is... Steve's average is inflated, although 5-Ups is kind of deflated. Oh, and then Pete and Phil. I think I want to put Yellow in first. Pete and Phil, is this the first time they've played... Was it played in MCC 23? Or 31? Oh, Phil didn't do that well in 31 though. How'd they do in 23? Is it that whenever Phil teams with Pete, Phil just does bad at Rocket's Bleed? No, they do well together here. Yeah, yellow, and then red should also do well. Hannah, Pangu, Lagundo all together. So who else? I guess we can't count out Purpled and Shadoon, who solo, but Shadoon has to solo. That's the rest of his team is combines for under 300, at least in terms of averages. There's a decent amount of bottom frags this event though, so yeah, this is surprising. I'm not going to put Lime that low. Orange I could see being low. And is Purple really getting 9th? So yeah, I want blue. I don't think I'll put blue this high though. I could see aqua above blue. That sounds right. You look at Lime and say the top 3 contention in general? Yeah. I mean, I do as well. First glance, I have them as the second best team. We'll see how they go. In games, at least right now, I haven't put them very high. Although they're going to be high in Sands of Time, and that always gets played last, so they're going to have a favorable multiplier. Who do I have left to place? I have all of these teams in Cyan. I feel like this could be a good one for Pink. I'll put Cyan ahead of them. It's hard to bet against them. Jojo has 2 good runners? Yeah. I mean, Sneeg is very good. False is pretty good as well. Definitely good for a 3rd frag. As far as 3rd frags go, I mean, Lagundo is an amazing runner. But in terms of Sand of Time frag order, I guess Pangy's the 3rd frag, which is higher ceiling than False, I'd say, but lower floor. And then there's also Apakuna. Oh. When it comes to Sands of Time, I should probably finish Rocket's Bleed Rush first, but this is another troublesome thing. Avid, I believe, was a runner in Rising 3. You could check out the power rankings, they track this stuff. Because since Avid's never sandcapped, I don't think, it means Scott is probably going to sandkeep again, which really decreases how well Cyan could do. Yeah, Vintage Applesauce sandcapped. So Avid ran, he got locked in. And he didn't do amazing. Yeah, I was considering making a Reddit post, like even last time, telling Scott to run, have ish sandkeeping. Maybe that's something for next season, for season 6, if Scott gets another team where I fear he might sandkeep. Alright, let's make a decision on these Rocket's Bleed Rush teams. Got lime, purple, and green. Does Goomy not have Rocket's Bleed Rush stats? No, she does not. Okay. Green should be a bit lower. Green, purple, lime. There. Alright, Sands of Time. Lime, red. No, I'll put blue up here as well, and then red. I know Ant Frost has said, like, he wants to Sandkeep. I hope he doesn't. Even though, like, I think Blue's a good team overall. Maybe that's how Blue becomes balanced, is if Ant Frost Sandkeeps. But I expect Sands of Time to be played late, because it just always is. And if that's the case, I don't think he will. And here's the thing. Ant Frost, in Pride, he said he might throw Ace Race, not just for the gem, but to get the best buddy as a medal or achievement. The BFF's achievement, where you have to finish within 5 seconds of a teammate, I think. But then Ace Race was played game 4, and he decided not to. Now that's not too late. Usually we see Sands of Time much later than that, and that was just in div, and if he plays Sandkeeper, he's tanking his entire team's score. So I really, really doubt he's gonna Sandkeep, unless it's played game 1 or 2. So I'm not gonna predict Blue as if Ant's gonna throw. And yeah, and Builder's Guild especially was annoying, because that team was in dodgeball contention, and Jimmy is known not to be a good runner. I do not need Reefy stats for this one. I need the teams list. Alright, so who's last again? Orange does not look that great at Sands of Time. Neither does Green. And Purple could have trouble, but it's not terrible. Orange, Green. Purple? Purple could do alright. Purple could actually do quite well, because Shadoon's good, Car's fine, and Tapple can be good sometimes. Like, if it was a different third frag, I'd be more iffy on it, but I think Shadoon and Kara running is safe enough to prevent me from placing them bottom 2. Aqua's another team that might do poorly. Because Gracie, I don't think has had that great of a run, ever. And Purple, as far as top frags go, is one of the weaker ones. Or at least as far as S tiers go. Yeah, I don't think Phil's amazing at Sands of Time, but Pete obviously is great. So let's see here. Am I confident enough in yellow to put them in 4th? Because I've got yellow, pink, purple, cyan. Yeah, I'll put yellow in 4th. In fact, I could even put purple in 4th. I don't know if that's insane. Let's bring back the power rankings. I need to see Sands of Time in div scores. Builder's Guild. How did Filza do? Filza did meh. Who else was I here to look at? Tapple did pretty well. And then it's either Scar or Shelby, both of whom did not do quite well. And then I want to see how... When's the last time Kara ran? Was that blank canvas? Yes, and she did pretty well. So I think I'm actually gonna put purple in 4th. This seems insane, but I think overall they can do alright. Then yellow. Okay, I'm going with the assumption for Cyan that Scott is sandkeeping. Apakuna did not have a good run because she has only played Rising 2. And I watched that VOD, by the way. It was really bad, even in terms of Rising standards. I mean, I don't know if she's a bad player, but she just did not get into the tunnels. So she didn't provide much value at all. When did Owen play? Owen played in Builder Skill, didn't he? And yeah, he did, not amazing. I'll put Sign below Pink. Because Pyra's been a really good runner. Becky hasn't been great. I don't know about Green, though. But I don't think Green's played... No, he did play in MCC Mashup. Is there even stats? No, there are not stats here. Okay, well that's unfortunate. Yeah, on second thought, I'll put Sign above Pink. One more game, SG, Blue. 5-Up has been putting up incredible numbers in survival games. I mean, it was somewhat weak competition because it was Twitch Rivals and Pride 25, but then again, this competition is also not the strongest. And 5-Up and Antfrost together, they will happily run people down. The other teams to look at, I think Purple, Shadoon is normally good, as well as Cyan. Hapakuna's been good at survival games, and Scott teams in general tend to last a long time and often get top 5 even if they're not that great on paper. So I could see them getting second. Yeah, Phil manages to put up good survival game stats often. So Pete and Phil together do end up doing well. Oh, I want red. I want to put red up there. Red, purple, yellow. Then I guess aqua and 6th. Do I do it in that order is the question. Yeah, red, purple, and yellow. And who's not doing well? You have what? Orange, lime, green, pink. This looks like a bad game for orange and pink. How good is JoJo at survival games? It's tough to get. I know SG doesn't get played often, so even S tier stats are very volatile. Can't wait for Aqua to get first. I don't know. Purple will definitely have had to learn his lesson from last SG if Aqua wants to get first in this game. Yeah, JoJo has good stats overall. What teams were those on? Pride 25, okay. I'll put JoJo up here then, and that leaves Green here. Curry also has good stats, but he's only played once, and he killed a Pete team. So, I'm not sure how reliable that is. I don't think yellow could be soloed by Curryway this time. So how do things shape out? Wow, red is high. Final predictions, blue has a big gap, orange has a gap. Yeah, I think pink and purple here makes sense. Then what? Green, yellow, green, lime are close. Lime is surprising. I'm fine with green here. I don't know if lime 6th makes much sense, especially with Sands of Time. I'll put yellow below them. Dude, I put aqua below them as well, though. Yeah. Oh, it's a shame because Pete actually played aggressive for once, and that's what we want to see. But it just did not pay off for him in the slightest. Aqua was kind of discombobulated though. They were in 2 spaces at once. So they were not coordinated. Also, I think I want to put Cyan above Red. Just because Red's a bit of a bigger question mark with Pangy than I think Cyan is with Apaguna. And now it's just a matter of where do I want Aqua and where do I want Lime. And how generous have I been to each team? I think overall I've been more generous to Aqua, so maybe I'll put Lime ahead. Even though Aqua is significantly ahead in terms of average placements. I don't know, Sands of Time is the one I'm most confident in, and it often gets played late, and Lime has a huge lead on Aqua, and I'm fairly confident in that. So I might put Lime in 4. Go against my prediction summary a bit. You feel like Cyan isn't even top half? I'm high on Cyan. They're just good at a bunch of games. And I might be a bit high on them, like maybe on SG for instance. But they're just... They could have a weakness in PvP, but otherwise, they're the kind of players that provide more value than you'd expect from their coin average. And they have some good games, like especially Railroad Rush and Meltdown have been 2 of Owen's best games as of late, and both of those being in are really good for them. I know that I'm higher on Cyan than most people. I was hoping I'd be able to pick up like Cyan later than I should in drafts. I've been able to in the ones I've done already, but the dedicated draft server, my position, I don't think I'll be able to get any of Cyan. Because I'm picking second, which is... I get either Purple or Antfrost, which is great, but then I'm too high to get Apakuna or Owen. Scott, I've seen falling down into the, like, 20th range, so maybe I could get him at 19th. However, like, all the bots... Scott, just because he's played for a long time, has so many good stats. Like, so all of the draft bots have Scott really high on their lists. So I don't think he's gonna slip down to 19th. So I don't know who I have to hope for there. Anyway, I have finished my predictions now, so I think I'm gonna end stream. Also, I do want to watch other people's practice streams, so let's find someone to raid. Oh, I can't even spell Twitch. There we go. Who's live? Hannah's live. Let's raid Hannah. Search. There. Start raid. Alright. Well, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next week for VOD reviews.